morning, everyone. Welcome back to school after a long period of break. My name is Dr. Chinyere. I'll be taking you on chapter 2, study skills, chapter 2 of our use of English. What is study? I know we've all been taught this, so we're just doing a kind of revision. We're told that study is the art of developing efficiency and effectiveness in reading. That means it just goes beyond reading. It is about reading to get a result, a required result that will equip us in a situation we can now say we have skills. So there are major factors we consider to aid us in successful studying. And these factors are woven around one: mental and intellectual preparedness. When I say intellectual preparedness and mental preparedness, it's about the readiness of the student to tell him or herself, this is what I came here to do. This is why I'm here in the University of Calabar. I came to study and I am prepared for it. You have to forget everything and know that your focus here in University of Calabar is to read. And the intellectual preparedness is also to incorporate those things that will help you to study successfully. What are those things? You have to tell yourself, I am right here for studies. Therefore, my study is more important than any other thing I have to do. Your focus is study, study, study. Many of us come from homes where we go to church every day, but the most important thing here is your study, your book, your library, and you. And whatever issue you have at home, you just drop it at home. Whatever issue you have, you just have to drop them so that mentally you'll be prepared to do that which brought you to University of Calabar. Those things that made you to leave the comfort of your home, to leave everything you are doing to say, yeah, I came here to study. So, and how can you do that? You ask yourself, why did I leave my parents? Why did I leave the comfort of my home? Why am I here in University of Calabar? What do I want to achieve? These are the questions that will motivate you to prepare yourself for a successful study. This means that motivation is an important energy for studying. Then what is motivation? You see, it is an inner urge, the desire to do something. Like you are just led to do something. I want to do something. Why do you want to do it? And this urge will be innate. It will be intrinsic because it is your personal desire. Yeah, I want to reach. There is something in you that convinced you that you want to reach. So it is a personal desire for you. Some of this intrinsic desire to be, in my family, we don't have a graduate, and I can't just afford not to be a graduate. My parents are in the farm, or my father is a working class father, and yet none of us has graduated from my family, and even a common cleaner is there training his children. If a cleaner can train his children, and if the children of a cleaner can make it, I can also make it. It could also be expressive because other factors may have influenced you, e.g. the thoughts of, well, if I become a graduate, I can get a political appointment. If I become a graduate, I can have a good husband. If I become a graduate, I can get a good job. All these things are motives. They motivate you to decide on what you do. So motives, we say, is the determination, that effective determination of motive. What inspires permanent interest in you to learn? If you want to learn to be a first-class person, or want to learn to be a graduate, you must have to be very, 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 very inspired. And that inspiration comes from you. So thus, what motives do is to determine effective motivation for us, inspire permanent and ardent interest in learning. For example, let me just give us an example of what an intrinsic motive could be. Like, let's take an example, at least we, all of this generation in Nigeria, we know about Davido. If you say that Davido is studying just to have a certificate, after all, he is already up. There is no way you can make it. Because the fact there is, so without certificates, I can be rich. After all, Davido doesn't have a certificate and he's rich. So at a point, you may drop that desire, that what motivates you to reach, to start looking for money. But if you take an extrinsic factor like, let's take for example Chimamanda Adichie. You say, see how popular a Black woman is in America. See how she is holding lectures. See how she's being heard in the Vogue Women of the Year 2020. She was even among the Vogue women that came out. Even though America is a kind of misogynistic society, a racial society, she is relevant. She is relevant because she is well educated. If you have such motive, such thing can be a kind of spur and effective motivation from you. So if you look at the example of Davido, studying just to have certificates. After all, he's already made it. And Chimamanda, being relevant in such a society because she's educated, you will know that Chimamanda's example is better. Thus, it's an effective motivation which spurs you to develop your interest in learning and studying permanently. Like, even when distractions want to come, you said, no, I know why I am here. So, you just ask yourself now, from this little you have heard, do I have any motivation? Do I have any motivation? What do you see? So the question you ask yourself is, why did I come to the university? Why am I here? Why did I leave the comfort of my home? Or is it because the university is better than my home? Why am I sleeping in my small bunk? Why am I in this university, waking up 5 o'clock to prepare to come for GS? What qualities go with motivation? Ask yourself, this motivation. What are the qualities that go with motivation? What are the things that I see in myself I should have that I'll call motivation? In what course is your motivation highest? Now, some of you are I'm teaching those in pharmacology. Some people are in pharmacy, some people are this. Let's assume you're a student of theater arts now, and you are always eager to go to a lecturer's class. This lecturer is always teaching us well. He's always on point. I'm using your language. He's always on point. We understand him very well. He makes us to follow his lecture. Yes, this is what we say, the qualities that go with motivation. And the courses you like, your motivation is highest. But I want to tell you the truth. It is not about the courses that your motivation is highest. No. If your motivation is highest in few courses and you need other courses, you have to build your motivation in those areas. You just have to. But you don't need to seek those things that make you to have high motivation in other courses and ignore the other, because they are the conglomerate that will help you to get the degree you want. So, as you're considering in what course is your motivation highest, consider why, and you are considering why the interest. You see that the question of why the interest could be because he teaches well, or he comes very early, or at the time, or you really understand, you go with his style of teaching, yes. But know it and note it very well that is not, those courses where your motivation is highest are not just the only courses that will give you that degree you want. So in those areas you know that you are weak for whatever reason, when you compare what motivates you highest, you will now look for a way to improve in those areas. And what will motivate you to improve in those areas is that even though I like the way Mr. A teaches me or Dr. B teaches me, but I also need Professor C and Dr. D's course, to get the certificate I need to achieve my aim of coming to the university. So you have to improve in those areas.